Okay, ladies, it is time to get real on what we're really gonna wear from our closets and what needs to be given the pitch. Hey friends, it's Angela. So good to see you again today. You know that space that has been calling your name for a while now, begging to be dealt with, except it always seems that we find something more fun to do and not even go there. Well, today is the day, my friends. We're going there. We're gonna figure out what needs to be given the pitch and donated, but ultimately we're cleaning out space so that we have room for all the fun stuff coming our way this fall. So how are we gonna decide what's staying and what's going? Well, I have 4 questions that I ask myself every time I clean out my closet, which I actually do right before every new season. I'm going to share those 4 questions with you that will make it so much easier to decide which pieces stay and which pieces go. Then I'm going to share my little secret with you all of how I go about rotating through my clothes to give them all a more fair amount of use, and so that you can finally break away from picking that same 1 or 2 outfits all the time. So let's get her done. Now I know that cleaning out our closets can be a real pain in the butt. So I'm gonna give you a couple of tips that I do that make my cleaning time so much more enjoyable. First, bring in some music with you. I love listening to music. It kind of energizes me, even with something I don't feel like doing. Maybe light a candle close by somewhere so that smell is kind of giving you some joy, and maybe bring in your glass of coffee or your glass of wine. That just makes it a little bit more enjoyable too. And remember, take breaks. You don't have to tackle this whole project in one time. In fact, the way I'm gonna do it is I'm going to take 1 question at a time, go through my closet, asking myself that 1 question, take a break, go to the next question. So the first question I ask myself when I go through my closet is, did I wear that at all in the last season? If the answer is no, then I need to be real with myself here. If I didn't wear it last season, do I think I'm gonna wear it this season? No. So I'm gonna give it the pitch. So let's start there. All I have to say is this is hard. I'm telling you what, when you go up in your own closet and you're asking yourself that question as you're looking through everything, sometimes you could be like, well, and you start to validate why you should keep it. And then it becomes like, well, then I'm just gonna keep everything, right? So let me show you what is getting the pitch from this round. Some of y'all are gonna be thinking I'm crazy for what I'm giving the pitch, but I have to look at it as, am I gonna wear this? Did I wear it last season is the question. And if I never did, what makes me think I'm going to this season? The first thing I'm giving the pitch to are these gray jeans. Got these from Walmart, maybe it was a couple years ago now. Never wore them at all last year. And you know what? 1, they were a little snug. Number 2, I just find myself grabbing normal colored jeans. The colored jeans seem fun at the time when I'm in the store and I buy them, but honestly, I just didn't get as much use out of them as I thought I would. And so no surprise, the second thing that's getting the pitch are these maroon colored jeans. They were from Walmart as well, and again, I didn't wear them because they were too snug, and I just didn't have a whole lot to go with it, and I'd rather wear normal jeans. I also look at all this stuff going as it's gonna get used by someone else who will actually use it. So that makes me happy thinking about that. Why have it sit up in my own closet doing nothing? Give it to someone who would actually use it. Okay, the next thing that's going is this cutout top. I used to love this thing, used to wear it all the time. I just kind of got away from wearing it. I'm really surprised by this one. I picked this up from Nordstrom a while ago, and I just didn't get the use out of it I thought I would get. It's cute, but just didn't work for me. This t-shirt I picked up at Walmart. It was a cheapie. It was like $5. And I cut out a little cutout here. I was so proud of myself for doing that. But honestly, I didn't wear it at all this last season. And I'm not saying animal print is out. It probably never really goes out, but I've been seeing a lot less animal print coming up for fall. So I would venture to guess I wouldn't even wear it anyway. Remember these things, these big, bulky, teddy bearish pullovers? Never wore it last year. And I mean, it's warm and it's cozy, but it's bulky too. So for that reason, it's getting the pitch. Okay, plaid can be your friend in the fall, but honestly, I don't really pull for it, so it's getting the pitch. A black turtleneck. What's wrong with this, right? I mean, you would think this is a staple piece, and in a lot of your closets, it is a staple for fall and winter. Never wore it. So you know what? I mean, I like my V-neck t-shirts underneath layering pieces or round neck, but for some reason, just not reaching for the turtlenecks. This black sweatshirt jacket I picked up from Old Navy, and it's practically brand new. I only wore it a couple of times, but I have my other black zip-up jacket that's way more fitted than this is, so I'm keeping that one, and this is going. Now here's a fun color. I got this from Nordstrom a while ago as well, and it would go with the hot pink coming in this fall, but never wore it, and I don't think I will. It's an off-the-shoulder top. I would rather have the layering pieces this year in the hot pink rather than the tops. This top, I swore I was gonna wear so many times. I love the color. That teal color is beautiful. It's a dolman type top, and I've kept it in my closet for probably 3 years thinking I'll wear it. And guess what happened? Never did. And the last thing from this round, this sweater, this balloon sleeve sweater came from Walmart. When I first bought it, I wore it all the time. But last year, never made it out of my closet. So what are you gonna do? Well, some of these questions can kind of run together, and an item can probably go within 2 or 3 of these questions. The next question we're gonna go through our closet and look for is, I just don't like it anymore. And you know, I noticed the first time, I have some things up there that still have tags on them. I'm sure you do too. And the reason probably being is because I just got to the point I didn't really like it anymore. So let's go through and see what I find in that category. All right, smaller handful this time, but we're still getting her done. So the first thing that's going from this round is in that I just don't like it anymore. Now, I wore these a ton last season. They are these really thin kind of joggers that I got from Walmart. Now, they're very comfortable. I do like them, but the camo pattern. I got to the point where I felt like I was wearing my PJs out to the mall to go walking. So for that reason, these are gonna go. Next, tie-dye. Look at that, the tag's still on this dress. This came from Walmart as well. I thought it was really pretty at the time. I still think the colors are pretty, but never wore it. And I just don't think I'm gonna start because you know what? I haven't really been seeing a whole lot of tie-dye anymore. And here's the thing. If you still have things in your closet that aren't really considered on trend anymore, who cares? If you like it and you feel good in it, you wear it, okay? No matter what the trends tell you to do or not to do. That's what I'm saying. But for me, I kind of just feel like I'm done with tie-dye for the moment. Again, with the tie-dye, I loved this little top that I got from Kohl's a couple years ago, but doesn't it kind of remind you of like a dental x-ray? I don't know. I love the colors in it still, but it's just the tie-dye. Now this shirt you guys saw this January, and I loved it when I bought it. But I'm just kind of looking at it now thinking, I just think I'm done with it. It was this animal print, colorful top from Walmart. And I mean, there's nothing wrong with it. I just don't think I'm gonna reach for it anymore. More animal print. This I got a lot of use of back in the day, but I just don't see myself reaching for it anymore. Or animal print. This was a tank top that you could probably put under blazers or cardigans or whatever. I just don't think I'm gonna wear as much animal print as I have in the past. And if that wasn't enough for you, now we got the zebra print. This came from Ever Eve a few years ago. Probably wore it a couple times. And tie-dye, again. This had come from Target and, I might have worn it a couple times and that was it. You know what though? It feels good to get rid of this stuff knowing that I'm not gonna wear it, okay? I just am kidding myself. So let's move it out. So the next question to ask yourself is, are these things in my closet, do I still feel good wearing them? Because like I know, there are pants up there that I don't feel good in anymore. They don't fit like they used to, or just, things that I used to feel really good wearing, and now I'm just like, for whatever reason or another, I just don't feel as comfortable in it anymore. So as you're going through, you may like it, you may really like it, but if you don't feel comfortable in something, you're never gonna pull for it. Let's go for round 3 and get rid of anything you don't feel comfortable wearing anymore. I am back with an even smaller pile yet, but it's still something. The first thing I pulled off my rack is this tank top. Now it's adorable, right? But it's a little bit low cut in the front. And even though I would wear something on top of it, it's a kind that tends to kind of sink a little lower as you're wearing it. So for that reason, that's gonna get the pitch. And then some of my jeans that I've had up folded so nicely up in my closet for a long time now that are like size 4s, okay? I've been waiting for the day to possibly get back in them again. It's not happening. My husband and I just had COVID not too long ago, a couple weeks ago or whatever. And let me tell you, I lost 6 to 7 pounds just from that. I just didn't have as much of an appetite. In fact, I still sound congested. It's from the COVID. So even though we feel better, it's taken a while for all the symptoms to really go away. So anyways, my point is, even after losing a bunch of weight, these are still gonna be a no. And same with these. These were a great pair of jeans. I loved them, loved the wash, but I have to be real here, okay? They're not gonna be fitting me anymore. That kind of plays into our final question. And that is things that don't fit anymore and haven't for like 2-3 years. And you hang on to them hoping that one day you'll fit back into them. And you may. But in my mind, I'm thinking if they've been sitting in my closet for 2 or 3 years, I'm gonna give them the pitch, because if I get back down to that size, let's say again, then there will be other things at that time that I will enjoy to wear. Now here's one thing I would say that would trump all of these questions, that a reason why it should still stay in your closet. We all don't go to weddings and funerals every week of the year, right? So sometimes you have those dresses or those pant outfits that really would work in a pinch when you have something come up like that. So for that reason, if you really still like it, it still fits you, you still feel good in it, then keep those things, because you're not gonna wear them as much as you would all your everyday stuff. You don't need a ton of them, but just keep a few. Okay, you can tell things are getting serious. I put my hair up. I'm getting hot up there. So I didn't find anything left to pull out, which is good. I pulled out a ton of stuff in my first 3 questions that I went through. But you know what? Before we end this little cleaning out party, I'm gonna go in my shoe closet and I'm gonna do the same thing. And I'm asking myself, did I wear those at all last season, or do I even like them anymore? And I'm gonna toss the shoes that I know I'm not gonna wear. Now that felt good. I got rid of 7 pair of shoes. So making a little room in there for some goodies to come this fall. Now that we just cleaned out our closet and we're feeling great about it, Now I'm going to share my little trick with you to help rotate the clothes in your closet so that you're not constantly wearing the same thing all the time. Let's go up and create some outfits. Now this is where the fun comes in because you can kind of pull different things together than you may have thought of in the past. And I encourage you to do that. But if we want to start basic, start with the outfits that you know you love first. But knowing that those are going to have to be set aside once you wear them until you've rotated through some other outfits as well. As you're going to see when we go up on my closet again, I have one space that has nothing in it. And that's where I take the outfits that I've created and hang them up in that location so that when I go get dressed every day, I pick from that section of the closet because the outfits are already put together. And for me, I try to put together a week's worth of outfits at a time. But for you, that may not work. Maybe you want to do just a few days at a time. If you don't have a lot of jeans or pants, you may have to rotate through those a little bit more and just put different tops with them. But think about what works for you, but I'm just kind of giving you an idea of how to really kind of create these outfits so that you're not wearing the same thing all the time. I need to do a better job at this because I don't always do this. Sometimes I'm really good at it. It's like losing weight. Sometimes I'm really good at eating well, and then sometimes I'm like, just give me the bag of chips, you know? It's the same thing with creating these outfits. I get on the bandwagon of doing it, and then I fall off, and I'm thinking, why don't I do it? You do have to keep up with it. And you know what? In fact, for me, I do it on the weekend. So if you have some time on a Saturday or Sunday to create some outfits for part of your next week or the full week, you're gonna be doing great because you won't even have to think every morning that you walk in the closet. You just basically pull one of those outfits down that you feel like wearing for the day, you're good to go. So it just took me not even 10 minutes to put together 8 outfits for myself. Now, granted, it's summertime and it's much easier to pull a pair of shorts and a t-shirt together, right? Some of the outfits are very casual because I know I'll just be hanging out at home or doing simple errands. Some I put together a little bit dressier in case I have an occasion coming up this week that I need to look a little bit more presentable, or maybe I want to look a little bit more dressy. So I can choose from those if I need to. Here's the thing. Once you're done wearing each of the outfits, when it comes back from the wash, fold it up and put it in a pile somewhere. Don't pick from those clothes for the next week. Try to get yourself to now choose different clothes that are still hanging up in your closet and haven't had a chance to be worn. If you do it this way, you will really rotate through all of the clothes that you have so that they all feel like they got a little love this season, right? Once you rotate through them all, now you can hang everything back up and start again. And honestly, if you don't rotate through all the outfits you've put together for that week, it's not a big deal. You can save it and push it on to the next week. Now that we've got our whole closet cleaned out and ready to go for fall, we're feeling great. My next video is gonna get you set up for all the basics that you really need in your wardrobe for fall. I can't wait to share it with you because I bought a lot of new stuff on Amazon. Great basics to have in your closet. In the meantime, if you missed watching my fall trends video for this new season coming up, watch this video next right here. Until I see you next time, my friends, stay beautiful on the inside and out.